Albert. Is there something wrong with it?
Not a thing, my dear, Basil responded in his gallant way. It is my appetite that is amiss.
Miss Hazel looked concerned. But before she could say anything else, the shop door flew open. A mouse stood there, though not one I'd ever seen before. He was nearly as tall as Basil, with an elegant set to his ears, and dressed rather formally in a cutaway coat and dark breeches. "Pardon me," the stranger said, sweeping into a bow. "I am in search of a certain Basil of Baker Street, the famous detective. It's rather urgent that I find him at once." Miss Hazel and I were so startled by the well-dressed mouse's sudden appearance that we could not respond for a moment. Basil, however, is rarely at a loss for words. He stood immediately and returned the stranger's bow.
"I am the mouse you seek," he said. "How may I be of service?"
"Oh, thank goodness I've found you." The stranger hurried forward. "I must beg of you to come with me at once. Your services are required by the noblemice of Marlborough House."
"Marlborough House?" Hazel cried. "Why, that's where the royal family lives."
"Precisely."
The stranger didn't spare her or me so much as a glance, keeping his gaze intent upon Basil. "Please, sir, you must come quickly." Chapter 2. Marlborough House.
"Come, Dawson."
Basil grabbed the last bit of cheddar from my plate and tossed it into his mouth.
"You heard the mouse. Lead the way, good sir."
The stranger did so, scurrying ahead of us out of the shop and down the street toward the basement window. Along the way, he told us that his name was Elwood. "I work for the noblemice," he explained. "The Duke sent me as a messenger to fetch you, as I am the fastest of foot."
"We shall try to keep up," Basil assured him. "Now, tell us what is wrong, if you can."
I was impressed by his calmness. As for myself, I was in awe at the thought of meeting the Duke. Elwood glanced around. Homestead was quiet at that hour of the morning, but a few mice were out and about. Shopkeepers opening their businesses, mousewives shaking out their dish rags, and others out for an early stroll. Still, Elwood shook his head. "The noblemice prefer strict discretion when it comes to their family affairs," he said. "Therefore, I'd rather let the Duke tell you why he requires your services. However, I can fill you in on some of the background."
"All right," Basil said, hopping up onto the windowsill where we would make our exit from the house. "Please begin."
Elwood nodded, following Basil through the crack in the window. I was at his heels, listening carefully to whatever he might be about to say, for I was curious. What would the noblemice of the famous Marlborough House need with Basil's detective services? Outside, we had to remain silent for a moment as we rushed across the open street and into the relative safety of an alley. I kept a wary eye out for cats, crows, and dogs, along with the many other dangers a mouse might face on the busy city streets. And then a stroke of luck. Basil spotted a carriage heading south, exactly the direction we needed to go. Quick as a wink, the three of us had scampered up the wheel into the luggage rack at the back. That gave us a chance to rest, and to hear what Elwood had to tell us. "As you know," he began, "Marlborough House is the primary residence of the human Prince of Wales, along with his wife and various children and other family members."
"Yes, of course," Basil said. "It is also the residence of the Duke of British Mousedom and his fine family."
I scratched my whiskers. "Hang on," I said, having only the vaguest notion of the coming...